Baker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Football going back to the Cleveland Browns here. All right, let's take a peek back at last season, 7-8-1. You mentioned it earlier. They were a few breaks away from being a playoff team. Hard to believe. But now you go into the offseason for the first time in a long time, Charles, with expectations going into next year.
And how excited is everyone to actually have expectations rather than being the laughing stock of the NFL? You just mentioned they went 7-8-1, 0-16 2017, so everyone will take that. But you're right. What's the next step? With Baker Mayfield at quarterback, they believe they can contend for a playoff spot next year.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Higgins, 74 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. So now the Browns, they're going to line up and go for 2. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion. But still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do. And don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. For Baltimore, Charles, if you look back to this season, it was pretty interesting. They start 4-5. You think John Harbaugh may not be there. He's goes at quarterback. But then Lamar Jackson comes in, and everything changed. And their whole offense changed.
It certainly did because of the infusion of speed at the quarterback position. And
he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Tanner Vallejo in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there. In there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and I think the Browns got it. They did.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
First down, Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Antonio Callaway, 27 yards. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the Ravens taking the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Gone! 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 Now
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. That one was intended for John Brown. That'll bring up second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Throwing is Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Following the interception, Mayfield escaping the pressure right. Going deep here for Leemo. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked up.
Bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open, otherwise, just don't do it.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Now that we sit in the postseason, let's talk about some of these awards we've been hitting on all year, Charles. MVP, what do you think?
Well, I think it's going to come down to Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback at Kansas City, Drew Brees, quarterback New Orleans, and Aaron Donald, the defensive tackle for the Los Angeles Rams. I ultimately think that Mahomes wins this award. I think he distanced himself late in the season from Brees, and it's hard for a defender to win the MVP.
Rookie of the year, Barkley, or does Mayfield have a shot?
Personally, I would give it to Barkley because he's been there all 16, but Mayfield made Cleveland relevant, put them in a position where maybe we were even talking about the playoffs, and boy, the excitement level has really ramped up. I would not be surprised at all if he walked away with the award.
Lastly, what about Coach of the Year? Does Frank Reich have a shot after starting 1-5 in Indy?
He should be in that conversation, shouldn't he? But I think ultimately it comes down to Matt Nagy in Chicago and Anthony Lynn with the Los Angeles Chargers. I think Nagy's going to win it because the Chargers win their division or contend. The Bears will not.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Trying to punch it in with Collins. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. And there the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
But what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense. Get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if they have any kind of a good back, they'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to take another shot here. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. This secondary has been road
plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down. Where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Jackson. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Emmanuel Agba in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Jackson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun, Jackson. And an alley to run. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. And the Browns getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Forced out to his left. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Cyrus Jones picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, CD, one thing you and I haven't discussed now that we are in the playoffs, now we know how the start of the draft is going to go. You look at the top 5, Arizona, San Fran, Jets at 3, Raiders, wherever they may be at 4, Tampa Bay 5. What are your thoughts?
Well, immediately, this is going to be different in 2019 than 2018 because in 2018, it was all about the quarterbacks. I don't think that's going to be the case. You just mentioned the top 5. You can make a legitimate case that in the top 5, none of those teams are in the market to select a quarterback. So now, who is? I think you got to get to number 6 with the New York Giants. That's where the quarterback market begins.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now Jackson on 2nd down. And this one is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And it's 3rd and 5.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. To throw is Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
That's going to be caught. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there just before halftime. 56 yards. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Jackson now. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with a lead. The Browns are going to get the 2nd half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. A right side catch by Crabtree. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Jackson on first down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jamie Collins in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After first and second down went backwards, it's 3rd and very long. Here's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. Now Jackson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, while we have a second, let's look ahead to the divisional round of the AFC. Of course, Indianapolis and Kansas City kicking things off. And, Charles, the Colts 4-0 all-time versus KC in the playoffs. They're becoming a pretty trendy pick.
They really are, and a lot of it is because of the strength of their offensive and defensive.
It's caught inside the 25. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. A big play that time for Cleveland. 45 yards. From the red zone now, Mayfield. Dumping it off for Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And it's caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. From the gun, Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns add on to their lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A gain of 6 there on first.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
On 2nd down, Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 3rd down, Jackson flush to his right. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And that one results in 35 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move, He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10, escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Anthony Averett picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Gone! No, check, Patriot!
Jackson from the shotgun. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Jackson on 1st down. He's got the hook up to John Brown to the right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Gone!
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And Andrews lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Zadarius Smith coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. And they occupy people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
See, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. That's Njoku over the middle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Mayfield to throw for it on fourth. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for nothing. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Za'Darius Smith in there to get him for his second sack of the night. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
They go play action. Mayfield over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
All right, here we go.
Mayfield now from the 50. Steps away. Now he's going to let it go deep. Back. He's got it at the 15. And all the way down to the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They'll give it to him up the middle. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the best.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Jarvis Landry from 8 yards out, and the Browns add 6 to their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. It's a wobbler, and it's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. 23 yards on the play. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Detroit!
Jackson on first down. Brought in left side by Snead. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
What's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang?